Well, Mark, two big away games now, starting off at Leyton Orient tomorrow. Your initial thoughts?
Looking forward to it, excited. Big plus for us is that the transfer window's closed, so the phone has settled down. We've managed to get a couple of players out and a couple of players in. So we've got the players we've identified and we wanted in. And we've given an opportunity to other lads to go elsewhere and further their careers, so that's settled the squad down much more. Probably more importantly, we've actually, for the first time since I've been in, we've actually had time on the grass, so we've had a really good week and looking forward to continuing that today for tomorrow.
Overall, were you happy with the business on the transfer window?
Really, really happy, yeah, and a huge thank you to Tobias again and the owner for supporting us again. Since I've come in, I keep on saying it, but they've been incredibly helpful to me as a coach, and we're very grateful for that.
Obviously, you mentioned Tobias, and we broke news yesterday of his move to Bolton. It's a great move for him, isn't it? But you know, he'll be missed here at Macclesfield Town, won't he?
Yeah, on a personal level, I'm really disappointed. But on a professional level, I'm incredibly happy for him, and it was a move he couldn't turn down. I think it's important what a lot of people know. You know, Tobias has had a great opportunity to go to several places before, and he's remained very loyal to the club and very committed to Amar and the group as a whole. So we owe him a huge amount of gratitude for showing his loyalty again in that. In terms of what he's done for the club, has been absolutely monumental. I was here over a year ago with previous manager, and where the club is today and where it was then, a chalk and cheese in terms of facilities, development and staff, players, and how the club's run. The job he took on was huge. He was a director of football who looked after, he was head of recruitment and everything else that went with it. You've seen with the level of players that we have in now compared to where it was over a year ago. The club, from a professional point of view, a sporting point of view, is a completely different animal. And in terms of, I keep going on to the lads, what elite and professional looks like. Tobias has played a huge part in taking that up to a proper level. We have, you know, full-time sports scientist, full-time analyst, head coach, assistant, first team coach, you know, physios, etc. So we're back at the training ground. He's brought in the GPS and many other things that I won't bore you with, but from myself personally, and I know from the staff and the players, it's a huge thank you to the boys, and we really hope, and I've no doubts whatsoever, he'll be hugely successful at Bolton, but he'll be sorely missed.
You mentioned the facilities and you mentioned this place Edgerton, which was great to return to. But how good has it been for you to get back on the grass this week? Because, you know, we've got a lot of midweek games, but, you know, there's been a break this week, hasn't there?
Yeah, look, I'm not really one for excuses and stuff like that, because I'm really happy with the way things have gone, actually. So I'm not going to stand here complaining, but because it is the same for every other club will have been in the same boat. But as a new coach coming in, you want to implement your own ideas. Coming in midway through the season has its obstacles, but I have said many times we inherited a very good group who were in a good place. Most people that come into a job, normally something's gone completely pear-shaped, and we didn't have that. So as a coach, I started off in a very fortunate position, but I also am not the previous manager or the manager before that. I am who I am, and I have clear ideas on what I want to do, which I know has been really difficult for staff as well, because how I want to do things will be completely different to what they're doing. So time on the grass has been valuable, and I really feel like we've had a strong week.
Leyton Orient obviously followed in our footsteps by winning the National League to come up to League Two last year. What sort of a test do you think they'll pose tomorrow?
I think it'll be really good. I think it'll be a really good as in really tough test. I keep saying this to you, Bob, but every game's a tough game. We're not going to have an easy game this year, but one thing you can be sure of, whoever we play, they certainly won't have an easy game, whether it's Swindon at the top or a Stevenage who, you know, unfortunately for them at the minute are down the bottom. But it'll certainly be a different game to the last two games we had in Northampton and Newport. But they're coming off the back of a really strong performance against Stevenage. 2 games previous to that, did a very good win at home as well. So their form's really good, it's pretty strong. It's a huge club, especially for League Two. They'll be well supported on the day. But we're looking forward to imposing ourselves on the game and focusing on what we need to do. I keep on saying that, everybody I speak to is saying about you playing them this week or them, but my mindset and my focus will always be on us and what we do and how we're going to go about our business in possession and out of possession.
You mentioned that Orient will have a big following behind them. We probably won't have as many, but no doubt they'll be making a lot of noise as well.
Yeah, look, it's interesting, Bob. We went to Newport. I think we had, was it 48?
48, I think
48
it was, yeah.
people travelled. Football's like beyond expensive to travel up and down the country, to get time off work. I keep saying this, for parents to take time away from families, taking kids away. So whether it's one person or 10,000 people, we're incredibly grateful. I shouldn't say this too loudly, and I think our players deserve a huge amount of credit, because I know at Newport they went out into the crowd and distributed as many tickets as we can, and we'll do that again on Saturday. I'm not trying to get hordes of people to come down without tickets or no finances to the game, but if we can look after the fans, and we'll have spare tickets and distribute them to the fans, we want to show our commitment to them as well. But we're very grateful for all the people who turn up, whether it's small numbers or big numbers. I know it's a big ask.
I guess the best way to reward them will be with 3 points. You knew what was coming then, didn't you?
Yeah. Now look, you know, in a funny way, I spoke to the owner the other day, and I've said it, you've heard me saying it a minute, we're going to lose games of football this year, but the one thing I know we're going to do is we're going to pick up points along the way. We will win games of football, and every game I've come into since I've been here, and we've had some big sides, we're expecting to win those games, and when we haven't won them, we've been bitterly disappointed after it. The big plus is when we've walked away from each game, we've walked away knowing that we could have won that game. So Saturday's no different. It's a game we'll be expecting to win, but playing away from home is a big ask against a good side.
Wish you the best of luck, Matt.
Thank you, Bob.